Alright, welcome everybody to another BDA Boxing Transmission. This is Mr. BDA with you, alongside my co-host, King Bucho. Say hello, King Bucho.
Hello.
Alright,
Hello.
That was a creepy hello. Look, it's starting to come out that Gennady Golovkin might not even fight on May the 5th, and it's a shame because he's an entertaining fighter. On the other hand, there's no real guy out there that wants to that could fight him. No real top-level opponent. Martirosyan apparently was rejected. Then again, he hasn't fought since 2016, so it might not be that bad an idea. That Mexican guy that was undefeated that nobody knew about was rejected as well. Gary O'Sullivan seems to be in the running. Dybala wants Deveryachenko. No, would you say O'Sullivan and Deveryachenko would be good matchups?
Yeah, why not?
For what, for the last minute cancellation?
For the last minute, people are talking about as if they have a lot of time to promote this whole event. The fight's in 3 weeks. So I don't care who he fights at this point. So stop with this. He's ducking Saunders. He's ducking this guy. It's a special situation that we have right now.
People love talking about ducking. It seems to be that's the most popular thing on the internet. Ducking. Who's ducking who? Listen, like you said, this isn't an easy thing to do. It's not like they can just pick anybody and that works, to change a fight. It's not as easy as it seems. There's a lot of things that have to be taken into consideration. Like Precise said over at the podcast, he said, it's not like you got action figures in a playground and you can just interchange them. There's sponsors involved. Sometimes they don't sign off on a particular fight, especially now that the fight has been changed. They don't want a Mexican nobody fighting Golovkin. And at the end of the day, though, HBO wants that fight. Supposedly Bob Arum, it came out today on April 11th that Bob Arum wanted Golovkin on ESPN. Then he backed off because he said HBO was interested, so he didn't want to interfere. But my thinking is this: if Golovkin can't find a suitable opponent, then he might not fight. He might as well not fight at all. Because fighting a guy that's not prepared is the same thing as not fighting at all. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, yes, I like watching Golovkin fight. Everybody does. He's a power puncher. He brings it. But at the end of the day, if he's just gonna beat up on some guy that's not prepared, what's the point? It's like watching a bull being gored.
Yeah, but at least you get the Golovkin knockout and he keeps active, you know what I mean? But also I wanted to say that, Golovkin, can you blame Golovkin for not wanting to fight a guy like Deveryachenko? Because he's a tricky fighter. And Golovkin has a big payday against Canelo. If Golovkin were to lose a fight in May, then he won't be getting that payday in September against Canelo. So can you really blame him for not wanting to take a huge risk?
Yeah,
because people are gonna start talking about, but his legacy, he's getting a huge payday here. After the Canelo fight, he can fight whoever he wants. So
it's not just a payday against Canelo. The Canelo fight is the legacy. It's a money fight and it's a legacy.
It was a draw. I don't care what. See, this is the thing with Golovkin detractors. They claim that they believe that he actually drew against Canelo. Now, it was a draw. He's not that Golovkin.
Does people say that?
Yes, Golovkin. They talk like this. Golovkin had a draw against Canelo. It was actually a draw. He's not. Both fighters aren't really that good.
Okay, that's stupid.
So wait a minute. So if it was a draw, then shouldn't there be an immediate rematch so Golovkin can prove to the world that he's better than Canelo? And he gets those belts. I don't know belts, but the lineal title, whatever. So Golovkin is fighting, like you said, for legacy in that second fight. So you can have it both ways now.
Well, you know what they would say.
Now you can say that. Sorry, but you can say that Golovkin doesn't fight for legacy when he wants to fight Canelo for legacy.
Hey, listen, Canelo and Golovkin were the best two middleweights in the world. I don't consider Canelo the best anymore because of that. Unless he really starts going PED testing full on 360 days a year. I have to suspect everything he does. But anyway, the point is this: with Golovkin, he has to fight. Like I said, he's fighting for legacy, or he would be fighting for legacy against Canelo. That's the legacy fight. He doesn't get anything else if he fights Lara or Charlo. Those guys bring nothing to the table compared to what Canelo does. Then again, they might not be juicing. They might be taking some other stuff, though. I don't know. But the point is this: Golovkin was put in a difficult position here. I don't know if he should be fighting. At his age, like you said, you want him to stay active. Maybe that would be best, but it could be a bit of a mismatch. Look, he can't look as bad as Canelo did after that positive test. You know what I mean? Like if he beats up a guy real bad, all right, who's really gonna blame him? He did what he was put in this position. He had no out. He had to either fight somebody that wasn't as good, or not fight at all. And by the way, Deveryachenko, you said that he's a tricky opponent. He's a tricky opponent in the sense that he's a strong fighter. And he's young. Relatively young, 32. He hasn't been in as many tough fights as Golovkin has, or as active as a professional. Now, some people are gonna say, "Oh, Golovkin. If Golovkin fights, people are gonna say he's fighting a guy with 12 fights." But again, he's been put in a position where he can't pick and choose who he wants to fight as this last-minute replacement. You know what I mean? And Deryachenko, say what you want about him, he's a strong dude. He comes forward. He's well trained. It would be a very dangerous fight for Golovkin, last minute or not. So, Deryachenko's a risk. Gary O'Sullivan, less of a risk. You know what I mean? It's less of a risk.
You can't blame Golovkin for it, but there's always this hate.
Anyway, but the point is, Golovkin's been put in a hard position. Now, here's a question to you guys: who would you rather see him fight, Deryachenko or Gary O'Sullivan? Because I know there could be arguments made for both sides. So we want to hear from you. Tell us what we got right. Tell us what we got wrong. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Don't forget to subscribe to BDA Live, our sister channel where we hold our live podcast. And we'll see you on the next one, folks. Take care.